Now batting for the Eagles, catcher number 22, Cooper Smith. First pitch behind Smith, and Washington will steal the third. Cooper Smith with the single. Scores Cam Washington. Now batting for the Eagles, number 32, Dakota Jones. First pitch, Jones looks to bunt and fouls it off. Strike one. Jones manages the bunt. He'll run it out to first base. And he is out. That'll advance Cooper Smith to second base as there is one out. Now coming up to bat for the Eagles, number 8, Cal Cassard. First pitch fouled off. Strike one for Cassard. Foul number 2 for Cassard. 0-2 count. Cassard gets this one down the first base line. It'll be a race to first, and he will be out. But Cooper Smith advances over to third base. Now batting for the Eagles, number 2, Brock Davis. First pitch, fouled off. Strike one. Ball one. Davis fouls this one off down the first base line. And it's a 1-2 count for Davis. Davis tips this one off too, staying alive. Number 12, Porter Rutledge in the game, running for Cooper Smith. He waits on third base as Davis faces a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Outside pitch, ball 2. And Davis flies this one out to right field and is off the back wall. Rutledge will score. Davis rounding first, and he is safe at second as Brock Davis with the 1-run RBI double gives the Eagles the lead here in the bottom of the first, 2-1. Now batting for the Eagles, designated hitter number 1, Mac Jones. Excuse me, Mac Beadle. Combining some names there on the team. First pitch here, ball 1. This one will be fouled off, strike 1. Davis waits on second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first with a 2-1 Live Oak Eagle lead. Beetle here, took it off, strike 2. Ball 2 here, outside pitch, almost gets away from the catcher. Beetle waits the 2-2 pitch. This one was outside, and they'll call it strike 3 looking. And that'll end the inning for the Eagles. The Eagles score 2 on 1 error, 3 hits, and 1 left on. So to give you a little recap what happened there at the top of the first. Pruitt took the mound here for the Eagles. Found himself in a hole early after a single to left field by the leadoff batter. Followed up by a sac bunt by the second batter. Got a runner on second. After 3 consecutive walks, the Broncos found themselves with a 1-0 lead as Pruitt recovered and struck out the next 2 batters to go into their first at-bat down 1-0. The Eagles turned it around in that inning quickly scoring 2 runs off of a single from Cooper Smith, which brought in Cam Washington for a score, as well as a double to center field from Brock Davis, which scored Cal Cassard.
Broncos, third baseman, number 23, Grant Ostale.
First pitch here, strike 1 for Pruitt. This one's fouled off. Strike 2 as Pruitt is ahead early. This one tipped off. And strike there, 3, delivered by Pruitt. His 3rd strikeout here in this game.
At the plate for the Broncos, center fielder, number 5, Charlie Donaldson.
Oh, 1 count. Ooh, and better is hit by pitch. And he will take his base. And just like that, we're back at the top of the lineup here for the Broncos.
Now batting for the Broncos, catcher, number 20, Hunter Walker.
This is their catcher, number 20, Walker. 1 runner on. I'm going to call that first pitch, ball 1. With a runner on first. This one, ball 2. Pick off attempt here at first base. Safe. If you're just joining us, Pruitt is on the mound here for the Eagles. We're back to the top of the lineup here for the Broncos. The Eagles currently hold a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second. Pruitt delivers, and they'll call that ball 3. Strike zone here for Pruitt has been mighty small tonight. Unable to find it there. 3-0 count. Pruitt with the pitch, strike 1. The count is 3-1. Again, a runner on first base, 1 out. He delivers. This one will be fouled off. Strike 2. So again, if you're just joining us, we're having some technical difficulties out here with the internet out here in Sulphur. And that one is delivered, and is ball 4 for a walk. As number 15 for Sam Houston comes up to bat. Thank you to those of you who have been in the chat helping keep people updated on the score. I do appreciate it. 2 men on, 1 out. Pruitt delivers, and strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Pruitt looks the second, delivers the pitch. Smith able to stay in front of it, and it's a 1-1 count. Flanagan at bat here for Sam Houston. And strike 2, swinging. One-two count. Pruitt checks second base, delivers. Strike 3. Eagles have 2 outs with 2 on as number 25, Voltron, comes up to bat for the Broncos.
At the plate for the Broncos, first baseman, number 25, Ashton Voltron.
Pruitt, first pitch of the at-bat. Little low, ball 1. Not much breathing room here in that strike zone. It's got to be perfect today. Pruitt delivers this one a little high, ball 2. A little discussion here as Brock Davis, the third baseman, comes out to talk to his teammate Sawyer Pruitt. Calm him down a little bit on the mound. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Here's a pitch. Oh, got a flying bat. Strike 1 for Voltron. Man, bat flew all the way down to the third base line. Trying to take out Coach Cassard over there. Everyone's okay. It's a 2-1 count. I don't know how to put that one in the notes. That one doesn't appear on the scorecard. Pruitt delivers, and this one will be popped up in behind the plate, and Cooper Smith runs up to make the catch for out number 3. That'll retire the inning. The Broncos score no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on. And the Eagles, going into the bottom of the second, hold on to a 2-1 lead. With the bottom of the lineup due up to bat. If you're just joining us again, I apologize. We had some technical difficulties out here, and we may still get some. The internet out here has been very spotty, and we'll see what we can do for tomorrow evening as we come back out here for game 2. But for tonight, just bear with me. We will do our best to bring you coverage. The Eagles drop to a 1-0 lead by the Broncos in the top of the first. Broncos struck first after Pruitt got into a little bit of trouble in the first inning, walking 3 consecutive batters, including a walked run in. But the Eagles struck back in the bottom of the first, scoring off of 2 RBIs, one by Cooper Smith and one by Brock Davis, to give the Eagles a 2-1 lead. As number 7, Braden Allen, steps up the bat here in the bottom of the second. First pitch, ball 1. This pitch is hit by Allen, and he is beat to first base, right to the shortstop, makes the throw, and that is out number 1 here for the Eagles.
At the plate for the Eagles, first baseman, number 20, Isaac Ott.
Now batting here for the Eagles, number 20, I.J. Ott, the freshman first baseman. First pitch, ball 1. Ball 2. As Ott gets ahead in the count here. So I'll call that one strike 1. Looked a little low, but they'll give it to him. 2-1 count. Moving fast here. That one, strike 2 on the outside. Galley. Moving quick here again. 2-2 count. Outside pitch, ball 3. Ott will have to work for this one. Full count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second. Eagles with a 2-1 lead. Ott gets up underneath this one, flies it out in between center and right. And it is caught by the right fielder, Flanagan, for out number 2 here for the Eagles in the bottom of the second.
At the plate for the Eagles, second baseman, number 5, Jace Griffin.
Rounding out the lineup here for the Eagles, senior second baseman, number 5, Jace Griffin. First pitch, outside, ball 1. This one inside, ball 2. Narrowly misses Griffin's left knee there. Some murmurs in the crowd. Griffin gets a hold of this one, rips it out to right field, and he'll hold up at first base for the single. As we return to the top of the lineup with number 24, Cam Washington, coming back up to the plate. Washington with a single to second base in his first at bat. Outran the ball. Griffin looking to run, and he'll walk back over to first base. First pitch there, ball one. Timeout called by the Broncos for a little mound visit. The Eagles holding on to a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. Here we go again. This one low and inside, ball two. This one gets away from the catcher, and Griffin will steal the second, as he is now in scoring position with a 3-0 count coming here to Cam Washington here in the bottom of the second. A little timeout called by Sam Houston. We'll get a coach's visit to the mound. And that brings out the cheers here in the stands for those Eagle fans. All right, here we go. 3-0 count for Washington. Count. Here's the delivery, strike one. Griffin waits on second base. And Cooper Smith on deck here for the Eagles with Washington at a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. And they'll call it strike two. Washington thought he had a walk there. And he'll stay in and continue to work here. Washington hits this one to second base, and it is caught and fielded for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second. The Eagles score no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. Eagles holding on to a 2-1 lead here as we go into the top of the third.
Eagles 2, and the Sam Houston Broncos 1. Leading out for the Broncos, second baseman, number 4, Houston Broncos.
Here at the top of the third. First pitch by Pruitt, strike one. This is number 4, Christ, up to bat. Quickly strike two as Pruitt is ahead in the count, 0-2. Ball one. Christ, of course, a former Live Oak High baseball player. Moved back out to the Lake Charles area. And that's strike three from Pruitt to retire Christ. His 5th strikeout of the game.
At the plate for the Broncos, shortstop, number 9, Hayden Peshoff.
Now batting for the Broncos, number 9, Peshoff. And he's going to drill this one out to left field, and it'll be foul ball. That one looked like it had the distance to go yard, but it does sneak into foul territory. So it'll be strike one here for Peshoff. Pruitt delivers again, strike two. And Pruitt will look to move quickly here. Here's the delivery. Outside, ball one. This one a little low, ball two. Leaving the count up at 2-2. Pruitt, the windup and delivery, and strike three as Pruitt retires another. His 6th strikeout here in the top of the third. So now batting, number 12, Harvey. And first pitch here is strike one. Harvey struck out in his first at bat. Another delivery, another strike. As Pruitt quickly gets ahead here, 0-2. Ooh, he'll call that one a little high. It looked good from here. Ball one. And Pruitt delivers again. Strike three. His 7th of the game. Sam Houston scores no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. As we go here to the bottom of the third, the Eagles hold on to a 2-1 lead, and they have due up Smith, Jones, and Cassard. So stepping up here for the Eagles, number 22, Cooper Smith. Smith with a single on his first at bat. First pitch, low and outside, ball one. Smith, of course, known for his heroics here for the Eagles in clutch situations with two different walk-off home runs. One to win district and the other to keep the Eagles alive in the quarterfinals matchup versus North Shore. 1-1 count here for Smith as he fouls that one off. Here's the pitch, and Smith will get this one to the first baseman. It'll be tossed over to the pitcher, and they'll beat him there for out number one. Now batting here for the Eagles, number 32, Dakota Jones. First pitch outside, ball one. Jones gets a hold of this one. It's flying out to left field, and it will be caught for out number two. Now batting for the Eagles, number 8, senior right fielder, Cal Cassard.
Now batting for the Eagles, right fielder, number 8, Cal Cassard.
Cassard hits this into second base, and it'll sneak on through as Cassard gets to first base and records his first hit of the game and Live Oak's fifth. Up next for the Eagles, you have number 2, Brock Davis. Davis with a double to center field in his first at bat. Scored the Eagles' second point of the game. Looks for this one, ball one. Ooh, they'll call this one strike one on the outside here to Davis. Fans not too crazy about that call. Count is 1-1. With Cassard on first, this one will be hit to the first baseman, and he will beat Davis to the base for out number 3. Eagles score no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on. After 3 complete, the Eagles hold on to a 2-1 lead with 4 to go. Due up next here for the Broncos, number 34. I had to get a clarification on how to say his last name here. As I'm sure you can hear, it has been loud out here. It is Fiascanero. And on this first pitch, strike one. Here in the top of the fourth. Pruitt continues to work. Sitting at 61 pitches here on the day. They didn't like that one. They'll call ball one. Not sure where that one missed. This one is going to fly out into center field. Jones tries to make the diving catch. And it'll bounce out of his glove on impact with the ground. That'll be a double here for Fiascanero. And Jones upset with himself off of that one. With no outs here in the top of the fourth, Broncos have one on second. And Osile steps up the bat for the Broncos. Shows bunt, ball one. Looked like a bit of a reach there. But it'll be ball one. 1-0 count here for Osile. He shows bunt again, ball two. Ball three. So 3-0 count here. Pruitt steps back onto the mound. Faces down Osile. Checks second base. Here's a pitch. No idea where that one missed. Right down the center of the plate. And they'll call it ball four. So that'll send number 5, Donaldson, up to the plate. As Smith steps out to make a call for the Eagles. 2 men on, no outs, and a clean count here for Donaldson. The Eagles looking to crash here on the bunt. And Pruitt will make the catch for out number 1. Donaldson went for the bunt, popped that one right up. Pruitt able to run forward and make the catch. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup here for Sam Houston. As number 20, Walker, steps up to bat. Walker got on his first 2 at-bats with a single to left field and a walk. 0-0 count. First pitch, strike 1. Beautiful delivery there by Pruitt. Strike 2 inside. Third pitch, a little low and outside, ball 1. Pruitt delivers. They'll call ball 2. That one looks pretty good, just a little outside. Two count. And strike 3 as Pruitt gets his 8th of the game. 2 outs here for the Broncos. 2 men on, and number 15, Flanagan, coming back up to bat. Flanagan with a sac bunt in the first and a strikeout in the second. Comes back up to face Pruitt for a 3rd time here in the top of the 4th. First pitch, fouled off, strike 1. Little timeout here on the mound as Smith will talk it over with Pruitt before the 0-1 pitch. And we'll get strike 2 looking as Pruitt gets ahead in the count 0-2 here in the top of the 4th. 2 on and 2 outs. Flanagan back in the box. Pruitt checks second and delivers. A little low, ball 1. 1-2 pitch here for Pruitt. He delivers, and it is fouled off as Flanagan stays alive here in this at-bat. Pruitt sends this one as the ball is flying out into right field. And we have contact between Cassard and Jones, but I believe the ball was caught. We're going to find out what the situation here is. And they're going to call out for the medical staff as Cassard is still down on the field. So the situation there, ball flew up into right field. And Jones and Cassard both tracking it. Jones able to make the catch, but a big collision between the two, and Cassard is still down on the field. So we're going to take a second here to check him out. I believe they will say that the catch was made. Before the collision. And thankfully, Cassard is back up on his feet. A little bit of a scary situation there. You never want to see contact between two outfielders running full speed, trying to track a ball, not able to look at their surroundings, but Cassard does seem to be back up on his feet, seems to be okay. And the Live Oak medical staff will take a look at him as they bring him back over to the dugout. So big catch there. I'm honestly not sure who ended up making the catch, whether it was Cassard or Jones. I believe Jones knocked Cassard out of the way to make that catch. And the Broncos will score no runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 left on.
Leads off the Eagles. Designated hitter, number 1, Matt Beadle.
Mac Beadle up to bat here at the bottom of the 4th for the Eagles, as he quickly falls to 0-2. And this ball low for ball 1. Good frame job there by the catcher, trying to sell it. And this one on the inside as Beadle fouls it away. Beadle fouls this one off again. And the count is still 1-2. Ball 2 here for Beadle. Here's the pitch, and that'll be strike 3 for Beadle. Big swing there, could not quite connect. And that is the first strikeout for Galley here in the bottom of the 4th. So now batting here for the Eagles, shortstop number 7, Braden Allen. Allen ground out to the shortstop in his first at bat. And the first pitch here is ball 1. He'll get ball 2. They'll give a strike on that one. And we'll have a 2-1 count. Allen waits. They'll say he did not go there for ball 3. Allen watches this one for strike 2. Maybe a little bit of makeup call there for that previous pitch. And we'll get a full count here for Allen. This one outside, and Allen will walk. With I.J. Ott due up to bat for the Eagles. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Eagles lead 2-1.
For the Eagles, first baseman, number 20, Isaac Ott.
Here's the first pitch, and called strike 1 here against Ott. Ott, 0-1 count. Second pitch, Ott will pop this one up. And it's caught by the catcher for out number 2 as Allen retreats back to first base. Allen on first base as Jace Griffin, the senior second baseman, steps up to the plate. Griffin with a single to right field in his first at bat. First pitch, strike 1. Pick off attempt here at first base, and Allen is safe. 0-1 count here for Griffin as he steps back into the box. Pitch is high and outside. Ball 1. This one right down the middle, strike 2. Griffin fouls this one off, stays alive. And we remain at a 1-2 count. Griffin fouls again. Still a 1-2 count. Allen still on first. Allen running. Griffin delivers out into right field as Allen rounds to third. So Griffin with a single advances Allen all the way to third base. And number 24, Cam Washington, is coming up to bat for the Eagles. We'll have a little plate meeting here for the Broncos. As the Eagles lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs and 2 on. So here we go, big spot here for the Eagles. Runner on first, runner on third. Number 24, Cam Washington up to bat. He shows bunt, lays it down the third base line, and the Eagles will score. Oh my goodness. Eagles score on the bunt as Washington makes it to first, and Griffin steals all the way around to third, and the Eagles extend their lead to 3-1. Eagles record their 7th hit of the game and their 3rd run, and again have runners on first and third with number 22, Cooper Smith, coming up to bat for the Eagles. Beautiful bunt there by Cam Washington, straight down the third base line. Couldn't have hit it any better. So Smith up to bat, 0-0 count. And first pitch is ball 1. A little discussion there from the umpire with Coach Cassard. He's asking Jones to step into the on-deck circle. Smith fouls off. 1-1 count. Washington looking to go to second. A little pickoff attempt here at first. First baseman able to wrangle it in. Washington safe at first. Still a 1-1 count here for Smith. Here's the pitch. They fake the throw down to second as Smith now faces a 2-1 count. And Washington advances to second base. Catcher sets up outside. Pitch far inside, ball 3. Count, runners on second and third. Smith will walk. And the bases are loaded here for the Eagles with number 32, Dakota Jones, coming up to bat. And number 12, Porter Rutledge, will come into the game for the Eagles as a courtesy runner for Smith. And we will have an official mound visit here by the Broncos. And Galley will remain in the game here for the Broncos. And here we go. Up to bat for the Eagles, number 32, Dakota Jones. Again, bases loaded here in the bottom of the fourth. The Eagles with a 3-1 lead. First pitch, outside, ball one. Pitch two, outside, strike one. And they'll give him strike two. Big spot here for both Jones and Galley. Galley a pitch away from breaking 80. This one outside. Ball two as we tie up the count at 2-2. Here's a pitch. Jones will ground it to third. And he is able to step on the bag in time to end the inning. The Eagles end up scoring one off of 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. So going here into the top of the fifth. The Eagles holding on to a 3-1 lead.
Leading off the Broncos, first baseman, number 25, Sulphur.
And the first pitch here, strike one here in the top of the fifth. Foul ball, strike two. This is number 25, Voltron. Working here against Pruitt in the top of the fifth inning. Pruitt delivers, and they'll call ball one. A little low, maybe a little outside. And strike three, swinging as Pruitt records another one. Give him his 9th on the day. Been a little while since we've seen Pruitt The last at bat there for the Eagles lasted a while, but Pruitt picks back up where he left off. As Carson Christ, the cleanup batter here for Sam Houston, steps back in, ball one. And here we'll get strike one looking right down the middle from Pruitt. Pruitt delivers again, strike number two. High pitch here, ball two. Evens up at a 2-2 count. Pruitt takes a second. Looks him down. Here's the pitch. And it's strike three. As Pruitt records his 10th of the day. Up next here for the Broncos, number 9, Peshoff. And it's going to be a bunt down the first base line as Pruitt gets to it and makes the throw to first base for out number 3. To retire the inning. Broncos get no hits, no runs, no errors, and none left on. Due up here in the bottom of the 5th, you have Cassard, Davis, and Beadle for the Eagles. Number 7, Galley, still on the mound here for the Broncos. Here in the bottom of the 5th, as number 8, Cal Cassard, takes the plate. His first pitch, he will hit out to right field, and it will be caught for out number 1. Looked like good contact there by Cassard. Also, it's good to see that he is back up on his feet and still here in the lineup for the Eagles. I mean, he took a heck of a hit earlier.
At the plate for the Eagles, third baseman, number 2, Brock Davis.
Davis's first pitch, called ball 1. Davis calls for a timeout and is awarded so. This one right down the first base line. It'll be a foot race with the pitcher, and he will get there in time for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And it looks like we will have a change here, a little substitution, as number 1, Lane Billings, will check in. Number 9, Lane Billings, will check in here for the Eagles.
Number 9, Lane Billings.
So Billings, the sophomore DH, will step in to see if he can get a little something going here in the bottom of the 5th for the Eagles. First pitch, strike one. The second one, strike two. And Billings will strike out. And that'll do it for the 5th. The Eagles scored no runs on no hits, none left on. And they hold on to a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 6th.
Leading off the Broncos, left fielder, number 12, Wyatt Harvey.
And Pruitt comes back to work here in the top of the 6th and delivers strike number one. And quickly gets strike two. This one will be fouled off down the third base line. Oh, 2 counts here for number 12, Harvey. Harvey struck out at his first 2 at-bats. And in danger of doing so here in his third. This pitch a little outside, ball one. Give him ball two. Eagle fans aren't happy with that one. They like that pitch, but it did look a little outside, at least from my viewpoint. This one is hit back to the pitcher, and Pruitt jogs him down to first base for out number one here in the top of the 6th.
At the plate for the Broncos, designated hitter, number 34, Quinn Fiascanero.
As number 34, Fiascanero, comes up to bat. First pitch, ball one. Pitch number 2, they'll give to him. Strike one. Sam Houston not crazy about that call. 1-1 count. Strike two, swinging. No doubt on that one. As Pruitt with the 1-2 count. Takes a little look around, and here's the delivery for strike 3. And his 11th here on the day. After a rough first inning, Pruitt has been solid on the mound for the Eagles here in game 1 of this finals matchup. Now we have number 27, Ostley. Coming up the bat here for the Broncos. 2 outs, top of the 6th. First pitch, strike 1. Pruitt delivers, ball 1, 1-1 count. And this one will be knocked over the shortstop's head into left field as Washington picks it up, throws it over to second base, and that'll be a hit here for the Broncos in the top of the 6th inning. Their 3rd on the day. Up next here for the Broncos, number 5, Donaldson, with 2 outs, 1 runner on second. First pitch here, strike 1. Donaldson hit by pitch in his first at bat and flew out back to the pitcher in his second. And we get to a 1-1 count after ball 1 is thrown. One count for Donaldson. Here's the pitch, and it'll be ripped over into right field, but it will be a foul ball for strike 2. Big moment here for the Eagles. Chance to close out here in the 6th inning with a 3-1 lead. 2 outs for the Eagles. 1-2 count. Pruitt checks first base. And the pitch. Fouled off. No, he is hit. Hit by the pitch. As the Broncos now have 2 on with the catcher, Walker, coming up to bat. So 2 on, 2 outs. And number 20, Walker, up to bat. Pruitt now at 105 pitches here in this outing. Gets ready to face what might be one of the biggest at-bats here in this game. Pitch 1, inside, ball 1. Ball 2, high. As Smith calls for a new ball. Two-0 count. Here with 2 outs. This one will be out into left field, and Cam Washington will make the catch to end the inning. Eagles get out of that jam as the Broncos manage 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 2 left on. Eagles with a 3-1 lead are 3 outs away from taking game 1 here in this championship series. Due up here for the Eagles, number 7, Braden Allen.
Leading off for the Eagles, shortstop, number 7, Braden Allen.
Bottom of the 6th, Allen, first pitch. He gets under for foul 1. For a foul ball for strike 1. They'll call this one strike 2. Low and inside. Allen watches this one. Ball 1. 1-2 count. Here's the delivery. Outside, 2-2. Allen gets under this one, pops it up, and it will be foul ball. 2-2 count. As Galley is now up to 92 pitches here in this outing. Allen sends this one right back up the middle. Shortstop gets to it, little short hopper, and he makes the throw in time for out number 1. Up next here for the Eagles, number 20, I.J. Ott.
At the plate for the Eagles, first baseman, number 20, Isaac Ott.
Ott flew out to right field and to the catcher in his first at bat. And here's strike 1. Pitch number 2. They'll give it to him. Strike 2 inside. And they'll get him. Call it strike 3 for Ott. Senior second baseman, number 5, Jace Griffin, comes back up to the plate.
Now batting for the Eagles, second baseman, number 5, Jace Griffin.
Griffin with a single to right field in each of his first at-bats. Ball one here. Ball two outside. Oh, they call that one a strike. This one low and inside. Ball number two. That second pitch may have been a little bit of a makeup call there. As the count is now 2-1. Here's the delivery. Inside. As Griffin rips this one out into right field. And it is foul ball. 2-2 count here for Griffin, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Ball 3. Full count here for Griffin, as Galley has just gone over 100 pitches on the afternoon. Griffin knocks this one out to right field, and it's going, and will be caught by the right fielder to end the inning. Eagles get no runs on no hits, and none left on. After 6 complete, the Eagles lead 3-1. Due up here for the Broncos, Flanagan, Poltron, and Christ. So again, Eagles are just 3 outs away from taking game 1, as Pruitt will continue to work on the mound here for the Eagles.
Leading off for the Broncos, right fielder, number 15, Cole Flanagan.
So here we go. Top of the 7th. Pruitt delivers. Pitch 1. Ball to Flanagan. Pitch number 2. Call it ball 2. Strike 1 here. So as you can hear, the horns are in full effect right now. But the horns are constant here from the Sam Houston side. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a warning here in a second. You are not allowed to blow the horns during the windup of the pitcher. But they have been non-stop here in this at-bat. And Pruitt will walk the leadoff batter. And we'll have a little plate meeting here. And I believe they will be pulling Sawyer Pruitt. And they will indeed. And that'll do it for Sawyer Pruitt. here as a Live Oak Eagle. He'll take a step back over the dugout and watch his teammates and cheer them on as they continue this state title chase. So, an emotional moment for that young man, knowing he has just pitched his last here as a Live Oak Eagle. Pruitt gives you 6 strong innings and records 11 strikeouts here as senior pitcher number 29, Trevor Hodges, takes the mound. So Hodges will continue to warm up, and we'll give him just a moment. So here we go. Trevor Hodges faces his first batter, and his first pitch called ball 1. He is facing here Voltron, the first baseman. And they'll give ball 2 here. Not giving him anything on the outside right now. Hodges continues to work. 2-0 count. 1-1 first. Ball 3. Hodges checks first base. He delivers here, strike 1. Strike 2 swinging. We have a full count. Hodges delivers again. This one fouled off. And we stay at a full count. And Hodges with strike 3 looking for the first out here of the top of the 7th. As number 4, Carson Christ, comes back up the bat. Hodges' first pitch, strike 1 on the outside corner. Hodges. Ball one. Give us a 1-1 count. A lot of curve to these balls being thrown by Hodges, making it look a little difficult to call for the fans in the stands. Ball two. And it's a 2-1 count. They'll give ball three. Not liking these outside pitches. As Hodges takes a second to compose himself with a 3-1 count and a runner on first base. This one right up the middle, and the double play by the Eagles will end it as Allen tosses it to Griffin for an out at second, who tosses it back over to first to Ott to end the inning and the game. The Eagles will take game one with a score of 3-1. We will be back out here tomorrow evening at 5:30 for game number 2 in this matchup, as the Eagles continue their hunt for the first state championship in Live Oak baseball history.